the first person in this conversation is the Attorney General, Marietta Brew, appear upon, who is involved in this conversation that I'm going to put side by side with Agyeman Manu matter to see what the Supreme Court said before we score Agyeman Manu his mark. So that's Marietta Brew. This is President John Dramani Mahama. This is the president whose Attorney General was Marietta. And then these are the important people, the Gitmo 2. So this is the matter. So Gitmo 2, the treaty between Ghana and the United States of America was designed so that these two nice gentlemen will take refuge in Ghana. That was a treaty between Ghana and the United States. People found out that this treaty had not gone to Parliament. It had not been ratified by Parliament. And so they went to the Supreme Court and tried to get the Supreme Court to say that because this treaty between Ghana and America had not been ratified by Parliament, under Article 75, that it was an illegal, unconstitutional treaty and that the two men should be deported. Let's see what the Supreme Court said about it. So let's go to the Supreme Court case. Adom-Otchere and others, they'll put the Supreme Court. Okay, so this is the Supreme Court case I'm talking about. It's entitled the Gitmo 2. It's Margaret Bamford and Henry Adom-Otchere versus the Attorney General and the Minister for Interior. It's a case in 22nd June 2017 is when it was heard. And this is the title of the case. It's actually unreported right now. So this is the title of the case that you can check. Now, in this case, Marietta, who is the Attorney General, was sued by the people, Henry Adom-Otchere and Margaret. And their case before the Supreme Court was that Marietta Brew violated Article 75 of the Constitution because the treaty between Ghana and America to bring the Gitmo 2 in did not go to Parliament. What did the Supreme Court say? The Supreme Court held that whilst the Gitmo 2 situation is unconstitutional, that the government should take steps to go back to Parliament to ratify it. That's what the Supreme Court said, that the government should take steps to go back to Parliament to ratify it. In the case of a purported violation of Article 75 of the Constitution, if you can put back Article 75 of the Constitution, in the case of a purported violation of Article 75, the Supreme Court said, no, it doesn't matter. Yes, it's true that what they did was illegal. So it's here, a treaty, agreement, or convention executed. That was a treaty between Ghana and America. It was executed under the authority of the President of Ghana, President Mahama, and the law says that such a treaty shall be subject to the ratification by an act of Parliament or by a majority of Parliament voting. And so he brought in the Gitmo 2, if you put back the Gitmo 2, he brought in the Gitmo 2, and the people said, no, you can't have Gitmo 2 over here. Here they are, two gentlemen, and that you needed to go to Parliament. The Supreme Court said, yeah, fair enough. It may be unconstitutional, but it's not illegal. That's what the Supreme Court said. It may be unconstitutional, but it's not illegal. And therefore, to the extent that the Gitmo 2 are here and the treaty has been done, the Parliament can have a look at it and ratify it. That is, ratifying it post the matter, ex post facto, after the fact. Ratifying it after the matter. So if you look at the Supreme Court's recommendation in this matter, the Supreme Court's ruling in this matter, I don't know why the Agyeman Manu people say he should resign. Yes, he didn't do it. He had an emergency situation. Gitmo, the Attorney General, argued before the courts that it was an emergency situation. Guantanamo Bay prison was being closed down by Barack Obama, and the Attorney General of Ghana considered it as an emergency situation. I agree with her, that's an emergency situation. She argued before the court. The court said yes, but you should have gone. Now that you didn't go, you have to go now. And then in June 2017, Parliament had to look at it and ratify what had been done by President Mahama in 2015. That's the history of the law. That's the position of the Supreme Court. So if people say that Agyeman Manu should resign, I don't agree, because Agyeman Manu has saved the public purse. That's the point. Can we bring back the Sheikh's letter, please? These are the four men that I talked, four people that I talked about. President Mahama, Marietta Brew upon, and then the two Gitmo men. You can see them on the screen. Nice people, former president, former attorney general, and then the Gitmo 2 that brought the Treaty of Ghana and America well together. So let's see the Sheikh's letter again. Then we can finalize on this matter. So that's the point that we make about the Agyeman Manu matter. Supreme Court has had something to say about this. So here is the guy. He's brought the money back. And really, if all the problems we have had with contracts had revocation clauses that will save the money, in the energy contract take or pay, the one that we are still thinking about. I know people may not want me to mention this, but the take or pay, if those who signed the take or pay contract had considered the future and had considered that this thing may go in a certain way, so let's put a revocation clause in it, that let's put a revocation clause when we don't need the power, the people, we don't have to pay them. When we don't need the power, we don't have to pay them. Or when we pay them, they will pay our money back. We don't have that. I mean, if we had that in Woyome, we wouldn't have had the problem of going to court, that if he doesn't deliver, he pays our money back. That thing that Agyeman Manu did, to make sure that there's a revocation clause in which will let the money come back to Ghana, is significant. We need to applaud it, and we need to add it to our public service code of conduct for our ministers, that whenever you enter into a contract, you have to save the people of Ghana by that all-important clause, that if the deliverables do not meet the target, the money, if had been paid, and LC if had been issued in favor of the contractee, that money should be returned to the chest. And that's what tonight Agyeman Manu has been able to achieve, where it's where it says that the money has come back. So on the basis of that, on the basis of what has happened, I come back to the scorecard, and this is what we got. Dashboard scorecard moves Agyeman Manu from 7 on Tuesday to 9 on Thursday, because he wrote 7 on Tuesday because he was getting the money back, 9 on Thursday because he has actually gotten the money back. The people of Ghana's money, $2.4 million that had been paid to somebody who was unable to deliver, that money has been paid. In fact, there's another Supreme Court case that I can find for you and put on our social media page. It's a ruling by Professor Justice Dateba in a case involving the Accra Metropolitan Authority. Now, in that case, the Metropolitan Authority had proceeded to pay the person some money without going by the AMA bylaws. Professor Dateba held that so long as the person had delivered, in fact, they hadn't paid him, but the person had delivered. Professor Dateba held that so long as the person has delivered, you needed to pay him. So assuming that Agyeman Manu did not go to Parliament, but then the Sheikh was able to deliver the 300,000 doses of Sputnik, and people had taking Sputnik across the country, would we have said we shouldn't pay him because he didn't go to Parliament? Professor Dateba's ruling at the Supreme Court would have said, no, you have to pay him because he has delivered something. Think about that. Assuming that we got the doses in, and then we hadn't paid the guy, and then the guy says, pay me, and then we say that Parliament didn't approve, so it's an illegal or it's an unconstitutional contract, so we won't pay him. I'm reminding you that Justice Dateba ruled in the case involving the AMA that once somebody has delivered, you need to pay him. We can always go back to Parliament for ratification. It's not a criminal offense to do that. It's not something that we should encourage. But in an emergency circumstance, if that is done, we can always go back for ratification. The most important thing is the protection of the public purse. That's the most important thing. The protection of the public purse. If the public purse has been protected and secured, then we have no qualms, we have no inhibition to score Agyeman Manu 9/10.